Hello YouTube. Tuesday afternoon. I'm just doing a little comparison video. Microwave untouched, 30 pounds. And if you brought it to the scrapyard the way it is, 3 cents a pound. What'd you get it for it? Hey? $3 maybe? Just standard microwave. Had somebody who asked me why I bother taking them apart. Well, if I bring it in just for shred alone, like a lot of people do, hey, I got no problem with anybody doing whatever they want to do. 3 cents a pound at the way the prices are going right now. Some places are even less, like where Mike is there, Mr. Scrappity, he's I think 2 cents a pound. Or 2.5 cents, doesn't matter, but 30 pounds times 3, right? So you're lucky. If it's 10 pounds, you're getting what, 30 cents, so 90 cents, not even a buck for just that. So let's say you're getting a buck. Turntable motor access. Access granted. So I'm going to rip it apart. Just doing a little comparison on these things. Don't mind me. The thing you hear going in the background is my little heater. Yeah, it's a balmy 50 Fahrenheit in here. So 3 cents a pound. Well, this one's got extra wires. Normally it's just 2. It's got 3 leads on them. Now if you can get a buck for this at 30 pounds, right? I weighed them. This is a standard size microwave. It's not one of them above the range. They're probably 50 pounds. So then you get a little bit more. 100% copper. I have yet to find one of these that does not have copper in it. One motor. Now you've seen me strip these apart before. I'm going to shut the camera off and I'll bring it back to you when I'm totally stripped. Not me, the microwave. Don't think you want to see me naked. Alrighty. Took about 5 minutes. Here we have it. Make a little extra money ripping them apart, right? Now, it's going to be, it was 30 pounds. Wow, it's lucky if it's 14 pounds now. So that transformer did all the weight, right? Yeah, 12 pounds worth of a transformer. So the microwave, 18 pounds. So I get 12 cents a pound just for this the way it is. Whatever your yard pays you for electric motors, that's considered a motor. So I get 12 cents a pound. So at 12 pounds, at 12 cents a pound, right? It was 10 pounds, $1.20, so $1.40. Right? So I've already made more money taking that out than bringing this in the way it was. Just an idea. Then you got your wiring. Mind you, this wiring ain't gonna pay much because you're lucky if it even would register on a scale. It'd be in grams. There wouldn't be no pounds there. There's no pound there at all. Couple, maybe 5 ounces. So you're not going to get much in the wire. If I want to do just electric motors, there's one, there's another one. You take him off, he's considered copper bearing motor, right? He's got copper on him. That's all I do to these anyways, I cut him off. And the circuit, the rest of it goes in the circuit board. I try not to bust it all up. Just cut what I can just to get this guy off, that's all. Let's get 4 wires to cut. And there. Nice little copper bearing motor, very easy to take apart. So I can go with that too. So we just raised it from 12 to 16. So almost $2 just there. What was this? 3 cents a pound maximum for 30 pounds. So barely a buck, 90 cents. That don't seem right. My math is off, is it? Then you still have the magnetron. I know there's a few of them that won't even touch these. You're missing out on the brass and the aluminum and the copper that's in here. You can pull it out that way too, plus the copper that's underneath this aluminum, which I'll show you real quick. Oh, the garbage stinks. One of these guys, that's this guy sticking out. So this is what you're missing out on when you leave all that together. Alright? That's one big, beautiful, nice chunk of copper. You cut it on either side and take that out. You can put it in number 1 or number 2, depending on your yard. I throw it in with the number 2, or I'll put it separate. The guy I bring it to, he'll decide, because once you cut it open, it's like pink, 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 very pink. It's even pinkier than pink salmon. But don't be scared of them. These come apart very easy. I know everybody's worried about that. The ceramic parts on the ends of them. If it's a newer microwave that's just ceramic, it's not that beryllium they used to use on the old machines. That's how you even make more money. So that's just an idea. Like, that's not even stripping this yet. I've already made more money than I would have if I just brought it in the way it was. Plus you got the cord too. I forgot about the hydro cord. So maybe you had a pound of insulated number 2 wire, right? Cord was cut off a while ago already. There, we'll grab one. There's a microwave cord. See, it's probably almost the one that was cut off of here. Pretty damn close. It doesn't matter. They're not that much longer, right? So you could add that up. That'd be all the wire total. Just an idea, you know. So we're sitting at 15 pounds with the motors, times 12 cents a pound. So if it's 10 cents a pound, it's $1.50. That's already more than the microwave's worth. Now we're going to take it apart. This is copper. That's generally extruded aluminum, the 2 halves that hold the little motor in. That's irony aluminum, the little motor inside. Then you got the copper or brass, whatever your yard determines that as. On the motor itself, there's 4 pieces. I throw them in with my copper number 2, and that's the way they accept it. So you got number 2 copper there, number 2 copper there, extruded aluminum, and irony aluminum, where some people just throw the little rotor into their shred. Copper windings in there, the rest is tin shred. Copper windings there, the rest is tin shred. My yard doesn't see these as heavy melt, heavy steel, so it still goes into shred. Now we'll scratch these 2 off, see what they are. You put him down, he's done. I took everything off of him, circuit board and everything. So let's say he was worth $1. We're already higher. Plus we got copper on the circuit board, right? We got this motor here yet. And everybody's been telling me I don't touch those. Well, So you just guys created more work for me. Yeah, you don't want to break for me. Copper inside there, more copper bearing motors. I knew they were in there. Wasn't 100% sure, but I knew about it. So now I gotta pop these off so I can get that out. So that's more copper bearing motors that could be added to the pile. I think this little guy has one too. I know this guy does, so we'll take him off. He's got the copper, you can see that inside there, underneath all that plastic crap. There's two sizes of copper windings in these guys. Thick and thin, see the copper in there? Let me get a little more light here. There we go, I don't know why you can see that. You see the copper in there. So we'll take him off the board too. Like there's no end to it on how to double and triple your money when you do dissect a microwave. Well, there's a lot of plastic on this little guy. Okay, I gotta let a dog out, she's getting annoying. Okay, go. She doesn't like to be in the garage with Dad. But then we gotta keep an eye on her, but she's starting to wander again for some reason. It's that terrier instinct in her. So, copper bearing motor. So these are all motors. We're at 16 pounds. Now we're gonna find out if this guy is copper or not. I'll give him the who's who and the what's what. Yeah, I had to break down and start using a new screwdriver. We're going to find out if we're going to strip this guy all the way open or if we're just going to leave him alone. That is aluminum. Now we got to find out about the other one. Just because he's aluminum doesn't mean they both are. But in this instance, they both are. So that's your call if you want to take them apart. I'm going to give them a better examination. Just cut part of them. There we go. He's aluminum. So no sense even busting him apart. Throw him in your electric motor bucket. Which I will do. Okay, magnetron. Some are screwed together, some are not. Very easy to open up. That pops right off. No harm in that. Nice little piece of brass. Goes in your brass bucket. Couple lovely magnets. There's one. No, you don't want to come out. Yeah, it's hooking inside. Copper's right there. Another magnet. Oh. If you like magnets. Oh, I forgot to take that piece off of him. Ow. Always a piece of steel stuck to him, one way or the other. Goes in the magnet hoard. Now you can pull these out this way. They have little pieces stuck on them. Little ferrous pieces, see? There it goes. So now he's off. Clean copper. It's hooking on these little spiky thingies. There's the other ferrous. Now you can bust these open. I use a vise to do that. Don't take much to break them open. The back side comes off. You can get at your copper that way. Now it's empty. Two nice little pieces of number 2 copper. In your number 2 copper bucket they go. We'll go back to the rest of the magnetron. Aluminum fins. I'll show you how I take them apart. See how this has an edge? That's the part I clamp in the vise. Looks simple, doesn't it? Now you're getting a bigger bite on this side. Flip it around. Put that part in. You can squeeze the hell out of that part. It ain't going to affect anything else. I'm not affecting that little piece of ceramic. I'm just getting my pieces off. I do one at a time, one fin. Otherwise all you're going to end up doing is fighting it more. Sometimes they just wiggle right off. That's why I like using the vise. It gives you the grip to hang on to it. I know it's not a whole lot of aluminum. You're not going to get rich off of it. But the whole idea is to get at that copper, right? It is sheet aluminum. No harm, no foul, right? Five pieces of sheet aluminum. Always check with a magnet. It's all magnet. One lovely piece of copper when you do take it apart. Zip, zip. There's not a whole lot to be afraid of those magnetrons. Just treat it. Don't mistreat it. So now I got extra money again, right? Yeah. A couple ounces. Goes in the sheet aluminum bucket. It all adds up. So now what am I left with? Pretty much all copper. Copper, 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 and copper. So what, you would have got $1 for the whole microwave. You're going to get at least $3-4. No, not that much. $2 anyways if you take all this copper off. These are easy to do. They pop right apart. Some are screwed. Some are riveted. These guys are screwed. Come on. I don't find these steel. This is aluminum. The part that holds the bearing is steel. So that's extruded aluminum. Irony aluminum. I put that in my irony bucket. A lot of you guys put that in your tin shred bucket. That's the way your yard behaves. Pop these apart. Very simple in the vise. Push the tab back. Pop it out the other side. Now if you get an expensive kind of a microwave motor, that little bearing in there will be brass. 9 times out of 10 it's steel. Come on. Now you got, they don't drop it on the floor first. Clean extruded. See? The little pieces I took out of it, where's the bearing? There's the bearing right there. It's steel, and so is the little cover. But yeah, sometimes they'll be even the color of brass. Always check. So that's the one. There's the other. You do the same. What do I do with my screwdriver? I don't recognize the handle. I'm just popping the clip up. Push it through. It opens up on the other side. That's all I'm doing. Just so it'll come off. There we go. 2 nice pieces of extruded. Go with that sheet aluminum. Around here, extruded aluminum pays the most. So, these little tin bits, yeah, there is nice copper in these. A lot of copper in this one. Actually, I haven't come across them with that much copper in them before. Usually you can just bust them off. There we go. A plastic tuber on them. Oh, the other end fell off. Here we go. Clean copper. That's what's inside of these. It's not too bad. I don't know if you have the proper yard where you can put this in with your Bear Brite. I do believe there's no varnish on it. My yard don't do Bear Brite, that's small. It has to be the heavy cord wire. So that's one of those. See, it just keeps adding up. You got the little bits of copper here. I guess those are silver. Don't know. Don't care. I don't get enough of that to worry about it. So I continue on with the rest. You all know how I bust these apart. With a screwdriver. This screwdriver is totally new to me. Yes, there are some brass pieces on here. I take them off too. There's the copper hiding in the bottom. What we need to do is get the gearbox off of here. There. There's copper. Inside was all the gears that make the turntable spin. I generally cut it in half, like with the side cutters, bust it up. There's your copper out of that motor, and yes, it does have a bit of weight when you just have that in your hand. There is nice little weight to it. It's pretty stuff too, isn't it? So it does add up. You know where I'm going with that. This guy will end up in the bucket over here. Check one of my other videos. I did show you how I did that magnetron. This guy here, I cut him with a sawzall and pull him out the backside. Because you can take these apart. Actually, this one might come apart because he is welded. But sawzall's quicker, or grinder. Just zip it across, pull it out the other side. This guy here, see, now you can see the little pieces I was talking about. I don't know why you can see that. It doesn't want to focus on it. There we go. See the little pieces right there. I'll show you how I do motors. An old blunt screwdriver. Now I do these guys, get them apart. You tap apart both ends. I don't do it very hard because I don't want to go chasing it. Pop that right out. Get the steel out. Just steel. So you end up with the copper. How I do this one, very simple. I peel it off the sides. And you get no hooks, nothing. It peels apart pretty easy. Boom. And just like that. There's all your copper goodness off of that guy. See? That's why you go after them. That was the fan that cools the machine while it's running. This little copper ball, you seen that, came off of that. Came out of this little motor. Now we have the little tidbits left on the motor itself. I'll do that. This is how I do this. I cut the other one end over. Opposite side to the weld. One side is welded. And we just pull them through and drop them on the floor like I do. See? And then get both pieces out. Come on. Sometimes they can be stubborn. Here we go. Your decision, brass or copper. I believe it's copper. Wasn't that hard to get out, was it? Simple. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but this is what I do. I turn that $1 microwave into probably $5 by the time it's done, right? Here's the other parts. And see, that's why it goes into the tin shred. Because these things don't stay together. That's just tin pieces all put together. This guy, bust him in half. Little plastic. Like I said, there was 4 connections. Gonna have another one right there. You can keep busting it all up, and you just got more of a mess to clean up. That's half. It's all number 2 copper. You saw it. $2.50 a pound for that stuff. So that's tin shred now. Got the steel. That's what it ends up. Still in the shred bucket. Still getting money. Everything is money. This goofy little motor. And you got these guys. Little pieces and parts in here. It'll come off that way instead, will you? Yeah, there we go. Little trinkets of brass that are still on here. There, clean piece of brass. That's how you do it. I don't have my Sawzall in here right now, but there's more copper in there yet. Hacksaw, do it with a hacksaw too if you want. Checking where dog is. So that was it. I kept you captive long enough, but that's one of the ways that I see to make a few extra bucks. The microwave pays you different ways. I still gotta do, I'll separate it. Still gotta clean that up. But you get the idea. And the magnetron, don't be afraid of it. I'll do a little redo again on taking the magnetron itself apart and getting the copper out. So like, subscribe, and share. Not. Enjoy yourselves. Have a good week. Be safe.